Hello, good evening and welcome to Houseborn's World. So you want to drive a 2019 F1 car. Let's be honest, the odds of actually doing that in real life are pretty low. So if you've got a PlayStation, an Xbox or a PC, pretty much straight away you are going to turn to Codemasters F1 titles. And although I've owned a few over the years, I don't currently have the 2019 title, but I do have F1 2018. So if I wanted to experience driving an F1 2019 car, I couldn't quite do it, but the 2018 car's quite close. So I've actually recently acquired F1 2018 and give it a quick blast, as you can see just behind me at the moment. But unfortunately, although the Codies, the fellow Brummies, have done a fantastic job, it might have brilliant career graphics, be very in-depth, the driving experience, although involved, is not giving me that immersion that I'm looking for. So in my quest to drive an F1 2019 car, we turn to Assetto Corsa. So here we are in Assetto Corsa in VR. Immediately the immersion and experience is something that you just cannot get from the Codemasters title. Now I'm not comparing Assetto Corsa and Codemasters F1 titles because they are worlds different apart. Now this F1 car that I'm currently sat in doesn't come with Assetto Corsa. It is a mod and I am in the ACFL Mercedes Petronas 2019 F1 car. I have bought the F1 pack. I got it from the ACFL website. I'll put the link in the description below. I got it on a deal, quite luckily, come across it, and I paid €3 for the whole pack. But anyway, in VR I am sat hunkered down within the cockpit, and something that's immediately apparent is that the halo is nowhere near obtrusive as I thought it would be. I can actually see a whole lot more out the halo than I actually thought you would be able to, and that's something that you don't see in the 2D screen as well as you do in VR. Anyway, I'm going to dip the clutch, so we've done enough talking. Let's get into gear and let's get out onto track. Now these are a turbo monster, and immediately, wow, the acceleration out is something else. So this is the sighting lap at Suzuka in Japan. We're coming up into the sweeping curves. This has to be done absolutely perfectly. If you get this part of the track wrong, it doesn't link into the later parts. You're getting a good lap. We're going to be kissing these curves here. It has to be perfectly balanced, and then we're going to start accelerating up the hill, gaining speed, and as we're coming up to the DHL signs, we're going to be flipping down a couple of gears, turning there, almost comes in straighten up, and we're going to right-hander here, back on the power, going up the hill now, climbing quite high, and as we turn, we're then heavy on the brakes for the hairpin. Now this is a tricky corner, so you have to keep the momentum in the car, and here it's so bumpy over this area, and then we're still climbing uphill now. The climb is really high as we begin to level out, crest at the top, and then we're going to be braking again, turning in for the weird apex there. We need to be kissing the corner here. Now this is where you can't go on the power too early, and we'll be accelerating flat out, down the back straight, in 8th gear at the minute, and this is where you have to have all the faith in the aerodynamics. We turn in, and then we'll be braking heavily as we come back into the chicane. We'll brake a bit late there, and we'll be twisting through, and we'll be coming onto the start finish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around once more, and when I start the flying lap, I'll talk us through that lap. And here we're coming up for a flying lap, coming through the chicanes at the start. Back on the power, coming onto the main straight, into the DRS zone, activating DRS, flat to the floor now, 7, 8th gear, bearing speed now. I'm going to close the flap to the DRS here, I'm turning in. Now I'm braking down the gears and missed the apex there, picking the power back up. This is where we've got to start threading our way through the tight bends here. Picking up the apexes, trying not to miss anything here, coming off the throttle too much. Flipping that curb bit tight there, getting on now, we've got a full power back up the hill. Pushing around the corner, my God, the speed here. Blip down two, back onto the straight, onto the power and braking down again, turning in. Accelerating hard up the hill, pushing hard, coming up. And we're going to brake down to second into the chicane, trying to get around as clean as possible. Here we hit a really bumpy part of the track, and oh my God, the speed coming round here, accelerating up the hill. Going to keep it in 7th, holding up to the top of the crescent, and the brake slightly turning in, pick up the apex again, waiting, now on the power. On the cars now, really pushing the car as much as I can. Accelerating hard into 8th gear. We're just going to turn the car in, relying on the aerodynamics. And now we're braking hard. Coming, oh, sugar. And that was nearly a lap. Oh, we'll try that again. That's intense. So what you didn't see in the making of this video is just how bloody difficult it is to drive a modern F1 car. With the turbo spooling up and the high torque, it is very easy coming out of the corners to spin the rears up. It's also noted that it's not a good idea to ride the curbs too hard because it throws the car off. Now, I did try and switch to the Ferrari. The Ferrari handles quite differently to the McLaren. I say quite differently, enough that I was more comfortable with it. But as you can see from the footage, even in the Ferrari, trying to push for a maximum lap around Suzuka, like a quali lap, resulted in a lot of offs. Now, you can understand why an F1 driver does so many hours in the simulator before they even get out to the car. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is my first go in what I call a decent grade simulator in an F1 car, and there is a big learning curve. The skill should be there, but it's still just practice and it's still not easy. I found in testing I did better laps because I wasn't using the KERS or the DRS. The DRS from the main straight, braking deep into the first corner, has to be done as you're turning in, and that leads to the flowing bends and curves going up to the next part of the track. Getting that braking spot on and hitting that first apex is absolutely key. Another part that kept throwing me off was using the cars coming out towards the last back straight before we're coming up towards the start finish. If you get on the power just a little bit too early, it spits you off. Eventually I did pull a good lap out in the Ferrari, and I'm going to leave it with you. That is absolutely amazing. Honestly, it just doesn't compare to the Codemasters version of F1. I'm not taking anything away from it. It's a fantastic game. You got more of a career. But that's on a whole intensity level that you just don't get with the Codemasters title. The Codemasters title, Lewis Hamilton set a 1 minute 30 second world record lap, I think. I was 1 minute 31 in the Codemasters game in Assetto Corsa on 1 minute 37.8. The difficulty levels like that. If you haven't picked these up, I highly recommend looking at it. I need way more practice. It's way more difficult than it looks. The feeling of speed and immersion in everything is on another level. I have to swap glasses because I was steaming up. I got hot. When I'm playing the Codemasters version, I never get anywhere near like that. That is intense, that is exhilarating, that puts me as a driver on the edge of my seat. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon in further videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.